Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
What you say to me, all I know is that I've got to be free from the things you do. It will all come back to you. Break stride, sail of me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Okay. My hair is actually kind of not great. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Hope you all are doing good tonight, and you're probably doing better than me. I'm sick yet again. Whoop-de-doo. What episode is this one? I don't remember. Hold on. This is 165. Yeah, that's crazy. Cool. If you want to watch. Before we get into the episode, I don't think that's a speed run of thinking about it. My mind is going a little bit faster than my mouth is. Weird. So let me just get on to the actual beginning of the show. So if you want to watch this happen live, you go to twitch.tv/MeltTheLakeOriginal, where not only you can watch the stream happen live, you can interact in the chat, change how it goes, and watch it unedited, watch it happen live, or just watch the VOD of it. You can watch the after show too on Twitch for up to 2 weeks, but once it's gone, it's banished from the aether or whatever the frick. Also, if you miss it though, you can go to YouTube and Spotify and go watch them and listen to them there. But also on Spotify, I just wrapped up the fall semester of 2020 on my radio show, or the 5-year anniversary of the fall semester of the 2020 fall semester. What the fuck? What am I talking about? That semester in 2020. Yes, it's crazy that it's been only 5 years since then. A lot has changed. Weird, but yeah. And to think it's only been 5 years. God damn. Really? Makes me want to drink. Yeah. A lot has definitely changed. But no, last week I did one with, I put out an episode with, just because it was the only episode I didn't have recorded with, one of my friends, Davis, and that was a good conversation that we had on that episode. It was just basically replacement for what should have been the episode. So there's that. And then this one that I just released was the last time that my girlfriend at the time was on. And it was pretty good. I didn't really have to do a whole lot of I had to do some trimming and lowering the volume and the normal stuff. But in terms of chopping things, cutting out silences, I didn't really have to do that. And it was so cool to do that. It was funny too. Goddamn. And I think that was also the episode that I had to clarify, that I learned and clarified my last name. It was a theory that I had for it, and I'm not going to go. The only hint I'll give is it's a historic figure. If the family will know, But Civil War general, fucked up real bad. Was on the right side. You get that far. He didn't. He was a big loser, and that's about it. Um, Enough to the point that that some of the family decided to move west, change the thing in the last name. It's still the same, but it's different. And then, yeah, yeah. Lovey Berry's on a 10 watching streak. I need to actually start streaming outside of these because, like, I just haven't had the time nor will to do it. I feel like right now, is that I'm just so well, right now I'm sick, so that means it kind of says it's like the timing of when I would want to do one. I haven't done one in a long time. Not to say that I'm out of it, but like I haven't just done one. I feel like I could probably do one maybe today. If I'm feeling still like shit, I'll probably do it. I mean, I'm functional, but I just don't. I kind of, on one hand, I really want to go out and get some presents and finish up my Christmas shopping for stuff. I get a little closer here. Hold on. I'm gonna turn my mic down a little bit. So I'm done. I'm done with my mom and my dad. My sister's a little hard to get. My girlfriend's done. And I gotta get her family as well. I also gotta get stuff for Bacon. But that one's gonna be easy. And he also Bacon just got his refresh of his dietary food yesterday. So that's pretty cool. Glad that he got that. His pills, I can't remember when he gets his pills. I think that's earlier in the month. You got it earlier in this month. But yeah, he's on Bexacat, which is basically helps lower his glucose levels or lower and maintain his glucose levels. You know what? After all of this, I probably should clean his litter box. Now that I'm thinking about it out loud, holy crap! I remember going down there earlier to feed him. It's not terrible, but like it could use some work, and I think by now it needs to be emptied, or not empty. And the good thing about it now, like early in the year, it feels so good that I've done, like, it feels so good that I've given him the care that he needs. Because like not a lot of cat owners would have done this for their cat, and I spent probably a lot of money helping not only diagnose but also give him the treatments that he needed to make sure that he's gonna live longer, unless if he goes weird. But he's that kind of cat that, and it sucks to say that, he's the kind of cat that would stay pretty damn close, and if he were to like go outside or whatever, because he knows where he gets food. He knows where the food comes from, so he's not gonna stray too far, I don't think. But again, there was that one time earlier in the year that I'm like, oh God, where the fuck did he go? I'm just like, fuck. I got it done, whatever. But I feel like, well, now especially, like I feel like I'm spending less on cat litter. God damn, like that was probably the hugest sink that I was spending in a month. Like I was going through like a whole tub within a week, and now I went through, like, it takes like 2. Like I got some, like, I don't even remember the last time I got it. It was like a long time ago, and I'm like barely refilling it I'm like having to scoop like every 2 days is about the time that I used to do it. But, and it would take up like say 2 to 3 days, and would fill up a whole entire like gallon freezer bag, because that's what I would use, because it's easier. And plus, like, it's more contained. But once, like, Ziploc bag, whatever. And now it's like, I do it every 2 days. Maybe it's half, maybe it's a little more than half. But man, it's so much better. And so, like, I feel like he's maintaining food. And especially now in the winter, I think he's gained more weight just because it's winter and winter pounds. I think that's kind of why. It's also getting a little bit more greedier with some food, so got to keep on that. But I do have like I have like a lot of wet food for him that I haven't like really shown him where it is, even though we've seen it. Anyways, I need to take a drink. This is probably the longest I've like consecutively talked in a while. Well, like, yeah, of course it is the longest I've consecutively talked. But like, I feel like my voice is a little fried. Like, again, I want to go out and get some presents, but like, I feel like I shouldn't. I should stay away from some people because like, I don't feel like that's a good thing for me right now. Because I felt like I was getting sick early in the early afternoon, and then it just kept progressing again. And I feel like I've had this happen before earlier in the year, which I think it could be COVID. I don't fucking know, man. But I feel like it's getting a lot better, and I am glad that I can. My computer just went like, just like revved real fast. I don't know what that's a sign of. Not really sure. I am scared, but that's fine. So what was I on? I was talking about like, oh yeah, getting sick. I feel like I'm like getting over it. I feel like I need to bring out the spit cup again, but like I don't have the spit cup. And also it doesn't look good. I know that. But I feel like I do need to bring out the spit cup to get the germs and stuff like that. Because like I feel a lot of like moisture and stuff like that. That it's definitely got like some mucus and like bacteria, like bad bacteria and whatever, viral, whatever. I feel like it's in there. But who's to say? Anyways, so early in the afternoon, I was like getting a little bit sick, and then I had my girlfriend over, and I was just getting progressively more and more, like just like I was feeling warm, I was feeling cold, like I was feeling like weird waves of like just hot and cold, like it's mainly cold, but I was like on fire. So I'm like, all right, I'll take a hot shower. Took a hot shower, which is one of those showers that you're just like in a sauna. I'm like, like when I was done, I was basically like having to sit down. I was like, Jesus, I was just like on fire. Like I needed to sit down. I was sweating. Basically, got into bed. It took I think 2 things of NyQuil, like 2 doses of NyQuil, because like, man, what the shit. Basically told my boss, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be coming into work tomorrow. And if I do, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, this ain't. And I'm like, yeah, it ain't happening. Woke up, like, head kind of throbbing too. I'm like, yeah, nah, not happening. There's probably a lot of mucus and shit in there too. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I've been like functional, I feel like I've eaten more, but I feel like, uh, I need to like I don't want to go outside because I don't want to get more people like sick, but I also really, 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 really want to finish my shopping, and I don't want to start wrapping because like I should probably do it today, get it done super fast. but I also need wrapping paper, which then again, I would need to go outside. I would need to do that. Yada, yada, yada. You know. And I also, if I was going to go to work, I was going to go to the gym afterwards, which, like, son of a bitch. So now I got to probably do it Friday and Saturday, and then also do other stuff that I would need to do those days. So it's like, shit. I'll probably do something Friday and Saturday. I don't know. Figure it out. But yeah, I think it was a funny thing. So I did some of my shopping last Friday, and I kind of realized, my girlfriend's on. So I was like, don't look. But I'm taking ideas for things I want to get and whatever, and I'm gonna probably get them here right now today. Don't look. And I was trying to avoid her the entire time. And I'm just like eyeballing her because she's right next to the registers. I'm just like, fuck. Like right next to and I wanted to go to a person to register. I'm just like, shit, what am I going to do? So I'm just like constantly like at the register, just looking over. I hope that she didn't. Because I feel like this year, I did one of those I feel like we did it last year, even for like birthdays and stuff, like big present, smaller presents, one big present, and then a bunch of smaller presents, some stuff like that. And then I got, where did I get that one? Yeah, I finished stuff for my dad, and then I finished up both for my mom and my dad. Yes. That was good. It was nice. I think I did pretty well this year. But the hard part is my sister, because not only is she a little hard to get stuff for, but it's also her birthday's the day after. Like, what the fuck? Why just wait a couple of days? God damn. Like, ooh, you're older than Timothy Chalamet by like a day. What the fuck? You couldn't have been born a day or like 2 days earlier, or like 3, or like on Christmas, make it the same. I don't know. But like, you gotta make it the 26th. What the fuck? Actually, I feel like it would suck to be born on Christmas. It's like, oh, you bringing your birthday as a gift. It's like, that's stupid. That sucks. You know? Oh, it's like, oh, Christ wasn't born on Christmas. Technically, it wasn't in December. That wasn't correct. But that's not getting into a whole lot of stuff. It's also like the star that they were looking at. You know, the star referenced in the Bible and all that, where it would be geographically in the night sky, would not be on Christmas during that time of year. So, if I recall correctly, would not be, there in the night sky in the next week. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Or technically it would have been, maybe depends on the calendar and stuff like that, because, back, would it be actually though? You say, because it depends too, because the calendars changed. Or did they like retroactively say when? Huh. That's a good question. Because like, it was only more like, not like more recent, like it was still pretty far long ago, but it was only like semi recently in human history that they changed it to the 12 months. So, like, yeah. Yeah, so, like, and it wasn't before, Jesus was born that it was, that it was different. So, I don't know. I don't know. It could have been. You're asking the wrong person. You're barking up the wrong tree here. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Who knows? But yeah, I feel bad for people that are actually born on Christmas. And, like, for me, I was born around Labor Day, which really didn't mean shit. I just don't wear white after it. Okay. Ooh boy, I'm in a profession where I have to wear all black. Excuse me, all black. That's gonna be kind of hard for me to wear white. But yeah. Mm. There's something I'm forgetting about. I feel like I'm forgetting about something. I'm cold. Oh boy. But yeah, today I don't know. I didn't really do a whole ton of stuff. I mean, I got some things done. Um, Paid off some stuff. Checked some things out. Was doing a little bit of research for work. What else was I doing? I need to clean. Like, I have a lot of, like, a laundry list of things. Oh, I should probably do my laundry because the next time I can do my laundry is on Christmas. So I kind of don't want to do it then. Yeah. Fuck. Shit. Okay. But I don't have a whole lot of laundry. I can't really wash this sweatshirt because the one and only time that I washed it, it felt like it kind of lost some of the stuffing and, iffiness to it. I don't know. I gotta look at the tag or whatever. But, like, yeah, this is not, like, extremely durable. And I only wear this, like, very, not often. Whether only if I'm cold or if I'm sick. And I'm both. A little of both. Because it's a light jacket or a light sweatshirt that, like, warms up pretty quickly, but also at the same time, if I need to take it off, it's light and I'm not sweating on or whatever. It's super light too. It's both. It's fluffy, it's comfy. It's like a pajama. It's like pajamas. It's like pajamas. Yeah, I'm not doing great in terms of well-being at the moment. That's fine. It's all right. I also, like, sleeved up some magic decks. I got 2.5 done. I found that it kind of takes about an hour to do it. It shouldn't take an hour, but for me to double sleeve a deck takes around an hour, which is not a great time, but double sleeve, like, the double sleeve takes up a lot more time because sometimes, and I could probably whip it out on the thing here, but when you put the, like, inner sleeve, the perfect fit one that's supposed to go over the card, it, like, sometimes wants to come off when the card itself goes into the sleeve, into the other sleeve, so it goes both in. But sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's just like nothing. And other times it's like, oh, half the card's exposed on the bottom. It's like, no, I don't want that, So it's just kind of getting that, making sure it fits and the friction doesn't take effect, and also making sure the air gets out of it too. Because air can build up in the sleeves, or even just one sleeving it, like air can build up in it. So just like compressing it too. It takes some time. You can't do it with a huge stack, or else won't do it as well. That's as like you're building up. It helps to do it. Doing like sections and then as a whole. Get all the air out. Make sure it's sealed. But yeah, and it also, I don't like what a bunch of like card collectors do, because they do it wrong. To double sleeve a card, or to do it for like grading, they're doing it 100% wrong. They take like a penny sleeve, or or sleeve, perfect fit sleeve. They put it the bottom of the card. Actually, let's take this card right here. They put let me get a sleeve that I have that's not, it doesn't have any numbers on it. Oh, this will work. You know what? We could transition this into the magic stuff. Why? It'll work. It'll be fine. So what they end up doing is like taking this card here. They do this where they put the bottom of the card into the sleeve first, and then they do the same exact thing for the other sleeve, like the outer one, which like, oh, that keeps the thing in there. It's like, okay, that's fine. But the deal is, your card is exposed. Your card is still exposed at the top. Dumbass. That's going to do nothing. You want the whole card to be safe from the elements. And now you just did nothing. So what I do is I do it from, instead of doing it from the bottom, I do it from the top down. And then doing this. And I've just taken cards that I have extra the sleeve. This, I have like it's a $7 price mark. Don't ask. And then I like put it in there. Oh, this is definitely not going to work. This is the problem I'm talking about. I already have the card in it, and all of a sudden it's hard to see. So like, yeah, this is a problem. But like, even though this is bad, like this is the kind of the problem that I have and I hate doing. Like, the whole bottom part of the card is like hanging out, and I don't like that when I'm sleeving my deck. So that's why it takes longer to double sleeve them. But you notice though, hey, the top of the card's not being exposed to the elements. And, if, this wasn't as bad, the bottom of the card is also protected as well. Not perfect, but it's better than doing it top to top, top and top, like a lot of people do it. I just don't like that, But as I was saying, let's just get into the magic stuff because we're already here. Let's just do it. Why not? Got 2 packs of the Avatar set. I think, again, this is a good set that came out. Definitely one of them. We've been treated pretty well this year. I mean, the one set that really fucked it up was Spider-Man, but that wasn't supposed to really be a set, but whatever. We got Rough Rider, Rhino Cavalry, Corrupt Court Official, Idoquentia, Rabaru Troop, Rebellious Captives, Earth Rumble Wrestlers, Bender's Water Skin, excuse me, Hermetic Herbalist, Zuko Exiled Prince, Suki Kyoshi Warrior, Fatal Fissure. What the hell is... Oh, it's from the Long Fang. Normally uses a Dialai to silence dissonance, but he doesn't mind taking a more direct approach. Interesting. Ooh, White Lotus Tile. That's pretty cool. Enters tapped. It's an artifact for 4. Enters tapped, and you tap it to gain X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. It's not bad, and I like it. Foil Mongoose Lizard, and then a mountain. Nice. Pack 2. I know it's not like real pricey or whatever, but that's a good pull. That's a good pull. Good for allies or just decks that care about having a bunch of creatures of the same type or whatever. Geyser Leaper, Rebaru Troop, Ostrotaurus, Rough Rhino Cavalry, Corrupt Court Official, First Time Flyer, Zuko's Exile. I feel like we gotta alt art something. Vindictive Warden, Sokka Lateral Strategist, Knowledge Seeker, Fire Sages, The Legend of Kyoshi. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is going to my Earthbending deck. Okay. That's real cool. Lands you control have trample and hexproof. Super cool. Super cool. And then we got Rakshas Audience Foil and Swamp. That's real cool. We are putting that one in the land. Is this the landfall one? Nope, that is not landfall. That is probably this one. Yep. Good packs. Good packs. Like, I have to find it. Yeah, White Lotus Tile, not a bad one. Like 2 mythics in a row. That's not bad at all. That's crazy. I feel like it's not the most... This set's not the most financially, great financially, but play-wise, it is so good. It is so damn good. We've been eating pretty well. And I've been saying that. I said that earlier. But, like, god damn, we are living in a very good point for Magic the Gathering. I don't know about next year, because there's way too many, definitely. But the stuff that we're getting, oh man, it's good. Much of the stuff that we're getting, like, just service value, real good. Nah, I don't know later. Yeah. Not a whole lot happening. But there was some... I haven't really talked about... I feel like I have talked about when my family used to go to Anaheim and stuff like that. Like to California for vacation and stuff like that. I thought there was a reason that I wanted to bring that up, but I can't remember exactly. But we when I was a kid, when I was like growing up, living in Arizona, we would always go for like every 5, like it feels like 6 months or something like that. Every half a year or something like that, we'd go to Disneyland or we go to Knott's Berry Farm or something like that. Uh, or if later on, when we got a little bit older, we would go to SeaWorld because we just kind of got a little bit bored with Disneyland. But we still did. And that was back in the day, when for a family of 4, for a Disney pass, you could get like a year pass for like a day now for a family of 4. A year pass. Granted, they didn't really like the parks back then because it was underrated. It was very small. But like, especially, I feel like right around the time it was starting to really turn and make its own thing. I feel like when especially in Disney's California Adventure 2, they started really turning that around and making it its own thing and making it its own unique experience and using properties that they own to do stuff. I feel like Tower of Terror was the start of it. And that, which is now the Guardians of the Galaxy ride or whatever. I think that's when it started really changing, because even though technically I don't think they owned it, they brought things into the park and made the thing exciting. They made it different, and they experimented. I think they really experimented with Disney California Adventure, and like even the rock and roller coaster, whatever the hell it was, I can't remember. The one that's around the pier, like, still that thing is a fucking mess. Has many accidents, fatal accidents. I don't know now, but back when it was like still the now it's the Incredicoaster, but I never gone on it because I was too short to ride. But back then, it had quite a few incidents. I don't think they do now, because I think they probably upped it and like made sure that it wouldn't do that. Because yeah, but I think the orange is still there, which that was there fucking long time. Like it's like a swing ride, but it's got like like a weird spiraling orange around it. I don't know what it's trying to say. I don't know if it's like James and Giant Peach. I don't freaking know. There was like a little park by it that was like one of those like weird squirt like water park things. I don't know, playgrounds. Also, it has a really fucked up Ferris wheel where you can like swing back and forth in the cart. Really fucked up. Really fucked up. Especially if you're afraid of heights too. It's like really screwed up. And that's where in the water they do a lot of their light shows and stuff like that. And I don't. That was before. Yeah, they didn't really do the shows when I was there, or when we went. I mean, fireworks, yeah. I tell you, fireworks. I just said this before. Fireworks in the South are fucking amazing, man. Like everything up in the North fucking sucks. The closest thing is Wisconsin, and they're packing heat for sure. But like stuff that will blow them up, and they know, like, oops, it'll blow them up. You know, and not like it won't look pretty. It'll just be long, boring, and and it'll be on the ground. I hate the fucking like. Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah, like but the parks, but even Disneyland itself, I think it's a little bit behind. I haven't been there in fucking 15 years. My sister's been there, more recently. I feel like they've been changing it up more and more because like Splash Mountain changed up into like the Bayou ride or whatever from why am I blanking? Princess and the Frog. And I think it's a bit like on the properties that they didn't own. And Splash Mountain was based off of the most racist property that they had. Oops. But it had Zippity Doodah. Oops. Hey, the kids don't know. And also you guys don't put it out, so yeah. Ugh. But no, I remember I've gone on that one. That was fun. Haunted Mansion, no. Pirates of the Caribbean, yes. Um, it's even then it was one of those rides that like it would have a line. It would have a line. There's also next to it kind of like a little jungle cruise. That was more. I feel like that yeah, it was Jungle Cruise, and then they made it into the movie. It's so stupid. But I think next to that was an Indiana Jones ride. I feel like I've been on that one as well. But the Jungle Cruise one was pretty cool. Or it's like a Tarzan. I think they themed it Tarzan Jungle Cruise, and there was like a weird like playground around that one too. I from what I remember. You know, they don't really do a lot of playgrounds nowadays. And it sucks. I mean, you know, you want to keep your kids safe, but also at the same time, it's like, let them have fun. Let them have fun, you know? That's the enjoyment of being a kid. You fuck up. Like you bash your knee, I don't want to say break a bone, but you know, you like you pinch your elbow, you know, pull a kid's hair or something. You like sprain your ankle. Like that's just kid shit. That's just like it happens, you know. I mean, you got to be careful, obviously, but like, what's gonna prevent that, you know? Oh, just keep them in a bubble. No, 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 no. You gotta learn. You gotta play. Be a kid. Be a person. Jesus Christ. And it sucks because like I grew up in the time where like I know there's a play like I know where like a McDonald's play place is, but that's probably one of the only McDonald's play places that there is in like a huge area. That's not good. Yeah, like I can't think of any number of me. I don't know if there was that one in Fargo does. I think now maybe only two if I'm counting that one because like there was one in Fargo, and I know this other one I'm closer by has one. Maybe there might be another one, but I don't think so. But I think nowadays you have I think the remedy for that is like the slide parks, like slide and like um trampoline parks. I feel like those kind of are taking the place of that now, and like trampoline parks are no fucking joke. Oh man, those things tire out fast, but also I feel a bit more dangerous because like burn, fabric burn, fucking sucks. Oh my god. Like you fuck up on one of those, like you beef it, like you rub your face into the trampoline mat, you know, the not the mat, the fabric. Oh, that shit hurts. That shit can like burn off your like feels like it burns off your hair. Get a clean shave off of that, you know? don't land right. And I feel like slides too. That was a good one. I feel like that's been a more recent one. And that's fun. But I feel like having places for kids to be active and do stuff, that's a good thing. It's I feel like we're getting better, but we're also going in reverse. I think now we're in a period where it's getting better. I think those like kind of parks and stuff like that are taking over and building up where the, playgrounds used to be. That like space for kids. And I feel like in the early to mid 2010s, that's kind of when they were dying. The playgrounds were dying. And, you still have your like park playgrounds and school playgrounds, but they're not as like common, nor are they really kept up, and are they good? I feel like now you either have ones that are super expensive to maintain, to keep up, and blah, 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 and are super experimental, or you have those kinds of like actual company parks, or like what's a Big Air was one, or what's the one, Jump, I don't know. I only know Big Air off the top of my dome because I think those are like some of the grippy socks that he got. I don't know if the place that I got them from is still open, because I think we went there during COVID or late COVID. Oh damn. But yeah, I could check. I honestly don't want to look. But it's like those parks I think are finally taking over for that spot, because like it's not easy and good to find you don't find those places anymore. And I feel like it's a lot more safer and controlled. I remember one of the like a jungle gym place when I was growing up. Later in the part when I was growing up, I can't remember what it was, where it was. It was like kind of, I want to say it was in Surprise. I might have to personally look it up. It was by Arizona Mills. It was south of it. I know that because there was an IKEA like south of that, and it was just south of that. Or around there, or something like that. There was like a weird company or something that had like a weird drive up. I don't know. It was weird. It could have been like an airport, a smaller airport. I don't know. Even though I don't know. But I just remember that play. It was like huge. It was massive. It was like a jungle gym. We went there for like someone's our friend's birthday, and damn, I just have wild, vivid memories of going there. Hell, even there was one at now I kind of feel stupid that I'm talking about like, oh, the death of playgrounds and stuff like that. But even I feel like even so, like I feel like there was and kind of is one, but I feel like in its place now you have these more like established spots to do it. I remember, now I'm thinking about it. There's also this in Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know if they have it now, but there was this like basically jungle gym thing, but it was about like shooting like basically like a ball fight essentially, and you would just like load balls into like air compressors and stuff like that, and just shoot them around, trying to hit people. Like, yeah, it's kind of mean, but it's also fun. Just like throw them into things. Oh, and you watch the balls go into like tubes, into like collection vats, and every so often it would like drop like a whole waterfall of like foam balls. It's hilarious, and like that's what kids like, just fucking around and finding out. As long as you're not like trying to intentionally really hurt someone. Like, it was so fun. I remember that. That was fun. Water parks are crazy. It's weird too. Like in the north now we have a lot of them, and I think now, like, well, like Water Park of America's always kind of been there. It's not the best one, I would say. I haven't really been there, but also it's not like, I know there's a few. I feel like there's a few in the Twin Cities, like actual water parks. You know, water park, TM. But I feel like the main ones are now in, like, obviously in Wisconsin Dells. Like the Dells have quite a few. You have Great Wolf, Kalahari does. Um, Wilderness has like multiple. Like there's a lot of places that have them. Trying to think of like some others, but like those come to the top of my head immediately. Um, Olympus does. Not as like not as like prolific, but Olympus does. Mount Olympus. Yeah, I think that's mainly the ones that have them I could think of. But I think that that's a good thing to have, because especially during the winter, that would like kill a lot of the tourism and stuff like that for those places. And especially if it's like raining and stuff. Raining is the problem too. Like if it rains, or if it, bad weather, what are you supposed to do? Like, oh, it's super hot outside. Yeah, that's cool to be out there for so often in the sun, but it's like, shit. How are you, even if it's storming? Like, water park, woo. Yeah. I love those. How do you even get onto the like, play place and stuff like that? I don't even know. Oh, theme parks. That's why. All of a Tarzan theme park. God damn. I like how he spiraled into that thing. Into that weird tangent. It was a good tangent. But going back to like Disneyland and stuff like that, it was under constant construction. Well, not constant, but I feel like they were trying to. It didn't find its voice, because there was like the main park, Disneyland, proper Disneyland, which had like multiple different areas. You had like your nostalgia, whatever, Toontown. Like the very far back was like the Toontown. You had the castle, and then behind that was some of the old nostalgia rides. Sort of, we had Dumbo, Mr. Frog, or Mr. Toad, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yes, that's what it was. Some like teacups, the Matterhorn, It's a Small World, and then you go back in the Toontown. They had some good stuff in there too, but also it's like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was in there. Like, did they even technically own the rights to that? I don't think they did, but at the same time, they had a lot of characters in it, so crazy even that movie even got made, when you think about it. Because you had, like, Disney characters with, like, Looney Tunes. Like, what? Or along the lines. I'm not exactly sure if they were, but, like, just to get that to work and to happen, crazy. And then you had, going more forward of the castle to the right of, if you're facing the castle, the front of the castle, go to the right, you have like your future, your automotive, like Space Mountain. There's like a motor cars thing. Not like cars, but like, I can't remember what the automobile company it was, but they always have like, it's like cars with faces on them. And I remember them in the early 2000s. They kind of phased it out, but maybe it could have been Exxon. I don't know. I literally don't know. Oh, there was like later on, more like later into the time that I was there, They put like a Buzz Lightyear like laser shoot gun gallery. That was super fun. They have one in California Adventure, obviously. Now with Toy Story too. Crazy. They had like Star Wars adventure things, tours, Star Wars tours. They've always had that, or as long as I know. So like, them trying to buy Disney trying to buy that was like they were trying for years. It seemed like, um, yeah, there's nausea, and then there's like kind of more like foresty side to the left. I was talking about that, like Splash Mountain, Haunted Mansion, uh, Pirates of the Caribbean, a weird train ride that goes around a rocky mountain, Jungle Cruise. I think that's kind of about it. And then in California Adventure, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a hodgepodge. The main big like outward attraction is the bear water ride, which I only went on once, but man, I was fucking scared of that bear. Holy shit. That bear is scary. Because it's just large, imposing, and it's a bear. And the way that they light it up at night, it's like, as a kid, that is scary. Like, not even the Tower of Terror looked as scary as that fucking bear. To me, as a kid who was scared of a lot of stuff. But the theming of it was very weird, because you had like your wilderness, like, oh, California. In like the main center circle, there was like a weird part kind of where now the cars is. They used to do like day shows or like whatever, but there was like a tortilla bakery there, and we'd always get tortillas there. They were so amazing. Some of the best tortillas I've ever had in my life. Some of the best. Like, the tortillas in the Midwest suck shit, but the ones down there, and you could probably get them in the grocery store, but they're like the corns, the thinner stuff like that. That's the real deal. Holy moly. It's legit amazing. I think it was like kind of more on the floury side, but it was like kind of a mix in between the two, but it was like better. It was so good. And they were hot and fresh, just like, ooh. I just remember that all the time. So like wilderness stuff, blah, 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 blah. To the north, well, not really in the north, it would have been the south. But you go forward into the park, forward, the bear's on your right, you go forward, you go to the pier. The pier is where, like, they have the big roller coaster, you have the light show that they do every night, the orange stuff that I was already talking about, and all that stuff. But then you go all the way back to the beginning. To the right, you have your Soarin' over America. I can't remember. Soarin', whatever. I've always been there. And then to your right, that's where the Hollywood stuff is. So they had the Muppets ride, which rest in peace to that Muppets 3D, the last project that Jim Henson worked on. Rest in peace. It's a shame. That's probably going to be lost media now. I feel like people have filmed it, though, and have the whatever things. I feel like it's probably up on YouTube. Someone like watching and doing a show, something like that. I feel like it has to be. But they were like do arch, like drawing things. Monsters Inc. right came after. There was a lot right next to it where they'd film or do, I don't know if they'd film, but they would like have, because this is the early 2000s, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They do that in there. I don't think it was like actually Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it was like they do the show basically. I don't think they actually did the show, but they did the show in this like thing. That was fun. That was a fun watch. And then they have just like some other shows. They have like a literal play, like a stage. I think the ones that they did then, and they kind of experimented. I think that's kind of where they experimented with what shows can be done on a practical stage. I think now it's like Frozen. Back then it was Aladdin. And I think they did. I think they did. In like Japan, they did. What am I thinking? Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think they did that there too. But I'm not sure. But man, imagine all the God people being like, shit, dog. And then you go north of that was the Tower of Terror, which is now the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And I think that's more of like Avengers stuff now, MCU. Like that area. Which, that's cool. Whatever. Yeah. And then now part of Main Street, Disney Street or whatever the fuck it is like is Star Wars, I guess. I don't know. So its own separate park. I don't know. But I should wrap this episode up because I've been talking for way too long. If you want to just happen like blah blah blah, you already know. Go to twitch.tv/MeltLick all one word. MeltLick Original. Watch live, interact in chat, change how the episode goes. Watch it unedited. Although that really doesn't matter much. In the after show, 2 weeks that you have to watch it. If you don't, it's gone. Bye bye. And yeah, but the edited ones on YouTube as well as Spotify. I was gonna say other videos on YouTube, but I need to do stuff. Oh, that actually reminds me. I do referencing earlier in the podcast. I need to do the yearly do review. Fuck. I forgot about that. So expect that stream to happen soon. Because it's getting close. I need to think of when I want to do it. I need to think of how to do it. Oh man, shit. It's not a kind. Those are not kind. They can be a terrible, terrible mistress. And they can fuck me up real bad. Although I think this year's not as... I don't think the lineup is going to be as crazy as last few have been. I don't think. Personally. But I feel like there's a lot of ones going away. And a lot of ones I need to make sure that stay on the thing. I have opinions. And I will talk about that in the after show. That's a reason to watch these happen live. You get it? Okay. And on Spotify, I also put out the radio show. When I used to do this back in the day as a radio show, was more themed and stuff like that. Had actual bits. Can you imagine? And the playlists for the music and stuff there are on there as well. Just finished up the 2020 fall semester, so that's cool. Great last 2 episodes, I think. So go check that out, please. It is amazing. Especially those 2 episodes, I love them. And thank you to Greatness for the use of the theme song "Used to It" off the album The Call. I think I don't know if they did the last show. I think they already did their last show. No. I think they're going to do their last show. I can't remember. Maybe they did. Maybe they did their last show. I don't know. Don't know. I think they might have, but it couldn't go because it was like too cold or freezing or something like that. And it's in the city, so I'm like, Or they might be doing one soon. I don't know. Or it could have been today. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I know they're working on stuff. So that's good. That's cool. They've been putting out a couple like TikToks here and there, like they're working out like working on songs and memes and things that they've recorded. There was one earlier today where it was like a fisheye lens, and then it zooms in on the end of a take, and Ford drops a pic. Ford in a fisheye lens. Ford in a fisheye lens. Ford in a fisheye. Ford in the fisheye. I tell you what, boy. Get that Ford in the fisheye. I could probably do a Gregorian chant at this point. How fucked my voice is kind of right now. Gravelly. And thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all the other stuff. But as I look at the time, it's not midnight anymore. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.